Well, new office, possibly, which means expansion. Something you know a lot about. Going from a solo agent to a team of almost 20 at one point. Then you took your 20 and dialed it back. Question. Number one, why did you choose to have a team? How did you get to 20? And why did you dial it back to 8? That's a long journey, but I mean,
Yeah.
why?
I'll give you the quick rundown. So number one, I thought more numbers, more bodies meant more money. So that was my first initial thought. I said, hey, you know what? If I bring on more agents, that means more production. That's going to be more money. And I learned very rapidly that all it was more headaches. That's all it was. It was more phone calls. And then I noticed the ones that would call me the most were actually not the ones that were producing the most. And the ones that needed the most time were still not the ones that were producing the most. So then what I decided to do, I decided to change it up. And I let them know, hey, this is the deadline for you guys to reach this amount of contracts sold, of escrows closed. If you guys can't reach it every quarter, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you. So then they cut all the fat. Why I didn't have to fire them, they knew. They said, hey, you know what? If I can't hit my numbers, then I got to be gone. Now, the second thing on that, on the flip side, it motivated the rest of them. The rest of them were hustling, especially it was like getting close to that quarter. You best believe they were in the office, they were doing open houses, all the stuff they were supposed to do in the beginning. Some of them would wait till like the last like month of the quarter, and boom, they would open something up.
So let me ask you this question then, dude. I mean, you went from providing a coach, which I know a little bit about. You went from providing leads.
Yep.
You went from providing networks, so you had other people in there teaching them different aspects of the different parts of the business, so you weren't so in front. Now that you have a team, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's about 8, right?
Yes.
All 8 seem to be producing.
Correct.
Like not just ad deal, but multiple deals while they're on your team. What were you able to figure out now prior to then with the 8 agents that you have? What are you delivering now that you like, this is what's working. This is how I'm getting these 8 people to be consistent producers on a team.
To be brutally honest, I became more of an asshole. I used to be the nice guy, bro. I'll be dead ass. Like, I'm not going to bullshit or sugarcoat it. Back then, like, I was always thinking about myself. Where when I was an agent, I expected to have all these things, right? So I would just be like the guy that'd be like, come on, coach. Yes, that coach that you see on the side of the soccer team coaching the youth kids, saying, go, good job, buddy, you got it. And I would do that, right? And then they would come in and they would have the pity party, and I'd be like, oh, bro, just change it up. You got it. Like, I see it in you. That was the first, like, couple months. And then after that, I switched it up, and I didn't take any shit. And then I would straight up tell him, like, you're not doing enough. The problem is not, hey, what can you change? It's what you're not even doing. So what I figured out was a lot of it is not what they're doing wrong. It's just they're not doing anything, period. So then I set up a certain amount of tasks they have to do. I let them know, like, I build a structure to it. These are the things that I recommend that you guys do, but then this is what I expect you guys to do. So there's certain expectations that they have to hit within my team. If they don't hit it, then, hey, guess what? Leave. Like, I'm going to cut you. And the biggest thing is I got very selective on who I want to work with. Now I don't waste my time. Like, you can't just shoot me a DM and say, hey, Carlos, like, I want to work with you. Back then, I was a nice guy. Oh, you want to work with me? Great. Come on in.
The merrier.
The more, come on in. I'll help you out. Yes, you have some sort of talent. Great, let's do it. Now I don't. Why? Because I rather focus my time on people who really want it. And what I look at now is not the person that's the most talented. I look at who really has that dog in them, who's really hungry for it. Because the biggest difference with me from myself and any other agent is I want it more than they do. And if you have that mentality where you want more in life, where you want to be able to help people, but the values aren't in place, there's 2 things that I look at. Number 1 is, are they hungry for it? But number 2, are they hungry where they're still going to give the value and not fuck people over? And if those 2 things are there, like, I'm all game. I'll give you everything you need to succeed.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit because we've talked about it. I know the answer, but it's a really good question for everyone to understand. You have a team of 8. You yourself, for those of you that don't know, you yourself do anywhere between 80 and 120 transactions on your own per year, right? You're already closing, if I looked correctly in our own system, you're already a little over 40. And you are your own admission, like you're still behind, but you've got what, 12 open this month?
I opened up 15 today.
Opened up 15. Well, those aren't counted in our system. So
Right.
add 15 to the 40-ish. 38 or 40 is what I counted. Here's my point. You're a killer agent on your own. You have killer agents that you've developed on your team, and you're in any one of them could go on their own as solo and be a very well-rounded agent. So you're, kudos to you on developing agents, right? But you're making money there as well. You're an investor. You own doors. You flip houses. There's probably a couple other things there that I'm missing, but I'm trying to get to the point. Why did you choose to pursue opening a real estate brokerage and outside of the comfort zone of your own hometown, San Diego? I know the answer because I'm lucky enough to be the dude's partner in this. But all this stuff going on, all of this income opportunities and more, and you chose to have the headache of building something that arguably is a hell of a hard thing to build.
There's so many things, right? One, yes, of course, I wanted to help other agents and tell you that line, right? And I do. And I feel like with the team, I can help a certain amount of people. Then if I build a brokerage, I can help more people. But number two, also, it was to shut a lot of people up. A lot of the times when I got started, like, everybody gives you that bullshit line, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Not only did I start from the bottom, but nobody fucked with me in the beginning, bro. Yeah. Like, nobody. I mean, I pull up, Chris, you're my partner. We pull up to offices and they right away think it's you, like the main guy, right? Just because of my appearance. So I think the best revenge you can ever have is always success.
100%.
So I thank God that shit fuels me. Like, you can either fall victim or it can fuel you. And that shit fuels me like no other. So I've had the joy of succeeding, thank God, and in different locations and different places. And honestly, like, I think a lot of it is my vision of like what I see myself doing. Yeah. And I felt like, hey, I made a stamp in San Diego and I'm still continuing to put my stamp there. And it's my city, it's my hometown. I love it. But I wanted to keep on expanding. And I said, if I expanded somewhere, I always got a lot of love in Riverside. Mm-hmm. Since the very beginning, my first year, I opened up several escrows here, and all the agents that I met out here were pretty cool. They're pretty laid back, chill, and made some relationships out here. And I said, hey, you know what? If I was to expand, where would I expand to? I didn't want to go to LA. I liked Riverside. Yeah. So then I said, okay, Riverside it is. And then being here now, like this is our second year out here. I'm loving it, man.
Dude, I remember fighting you over Orange County over Riverside. And I was like, dude, Orange County. You're like, no, bro, Riverside. And I got to be honest with you, that was probably be the biggest loss and win for me, because I thought I was losing by agreeing to go. And what a fucking win it was to develop our expansion out in the Inland Empire, because you're absolutely right. Here's what I notice about Riverside agents outside of the people that I've networked with in Orange County and in San Diego. These motherfuckers are aggressive, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of cliquey.
Yeah.
But they're aggressive, dude. I love that passion.
It was
the people we've met, the people we've brought in this room.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a challenge though getting in here. Like, it was a challenge. Me.
I thought my card was gonna get us right through. Nah, bro. This is
so that's why. That's how I was gonna feel. We went to Orange County.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I said when you said Orange County, I said nah. I know my place.
Hey, but
so you know what? No.
Forever as we're connected, dude, you can always borrow my card, bro.
You know what? I tried that this morning, bro, and it didn't really work.
It didn't work for me either. You didn't shake my hand. That dude wouldn't even shake my hand.
So today, you know what? Like, the best part of I call it the beautiful struggle, the way Kevin Gates calls it. And part of the beautiful struggle is you deal with a lot of different personalities, bro. And you learn how to like bite your tongue when you have to, and you learn to talk when you have to. And I call it an art. So this morning, me and Chris, we actually we went to we went to go check out a lease, a new office, and this office called the number there, super old school. It's not a management company; it's an owner.
It's an owner.
So we walk in. Chris tries to shake his hand, and I'm like, all right, I'll let Chris go first because he's white. Perfect, full disclosure. Privilege is coming.
Use my card.
And guy goes right away, I don't shake hands. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And we sit down and we started talking to him. And he reminded me a lot of my pops. And the reason why was because we asked him to take a look at the place. And he wouldn't give us the keys to go look at it.
Oh.
Why? Because he thought like we wouldn't come back. He thought we were gonna rob him or something like along those. Like he had trust issues like no other. And that's my pops. For those who know my pops, I think it's because they've either been burnt too many times or something happened. So I made sure to make him feel like, hey, you can trust us. I'll leave you my debit card. I'll leave you the car keys, my phone, whatever you need. I left him my watch.
Where'd you get the watch up?
Talking about my dad gave me this watch. I left him the watch and came back. And still, like,
you remember when you tried to, because you didn't think he was serious, you went to grab his watch, and he's like, no, go ahead and leave that.
Yeah, leave it, yeah. Like, I left him my debit card. I left him an ID, and I was like, bro, my debit card, there's enough money there. Like, you're fine. And then I left him my watch, and he goes, I was like, here, you can even take my watch. And then I was like, I'm just joking, I'll take my watch. And he goes, no, leave the watch there. Leave the watch there. But I think part of like growing up and dealing with different things, you learn how to like address different type of personalities. And I think that goes hand in hand with what we do. Like in the real estate industry, you deal with different agents, you deal with different clients, and just being able to maneuver on all these different types is what's going to make you grow.
The fact that you and I are so
Sponsored by Cactus Cooler, guys.
Dude,
I found one.
I haven't seen a cactus cooler in a minute.
Fire, bro.
Man, that pretty takes me back. How do you feel about our being able to attract the amount of people that we did attract in San Diego out here based on you and I both know our personalities. We don't suit up. We don't fake the funk. We're not going to shake your hand and pat you on the back and give you big hugs and do craft fairs. Like, we're very proud of telling it how it is in the most genuine, passionate way.
Yeah.
But how do I say this without, because you hate when I talk shit. How do I say this, bro? When we see our colleagues as owners or brokers or broker owners, and they play this politic type showmanship. Mm-hmm. And we come out looking the way we look, talking the way we talk, calling it the way we see it. How do you think that plays into how we're going to really blow up the way we blew up in San Diego out here?
So I believe it takes a little bit longer to do it the way we're doing it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the retention is 10 times stronger because of it. And the reason I say that is because I don't believe we go on there like flashing or faking numbers or faking different things. I feel like we bring real value and we keep it real with people. So I think at first, like the first couple of years, nobody knew us, right? We were the new kids on the block. Right. And now that they're seeing we're not going anywhere, and the best part is we're showcasing our agents. Yeah. It ain't about you and I. 100. We're showcasing the agents in the brokerage. And I love seeing, if you guys look at my Instagram posts, my Instagram stories, is I'm always blowing up an agent, right? Yeah, 100. This is what they're doing because we care about what they are doing. We don't care about bringing on more agents. We care about making sure the agents actually produce. I'm not going to benefit anybody if I can't help my people to have already. Yeah. So I want to make sure that we show the change. And I think that's what's been like really making it grow and people seeing is we're not just throwing a mixer for a bunch of drinks every week.
Right.
We're not just throwing a party. I mean, if you know me, I love to drink on my own. I don't care to do a mixer. Right. So for me, like I rather give value. So if you look at the last 6 events that we had?
Yeah.
Every single event's been a mastermind.
Yep.
Been talking about investing, been talking about what else you can do, what real estate transactions work. I mean, we're going right now from showcasing everything that every brokerage won't. Right now we have Johnny 10X in the building. Yep. And Johnny is talking to our agents about how to do wholesaling.
Yep.
We have Neil talking about wholesaling. We're talking about his CRM, his platform, different things that actually work other than just what's going to make the brokerage money. Why? Because we actually care, bro. So the biggest thing for me is I'm a hypocrite. I'm a bullshitter if I just come into this brokerage and trying to make myself rich. That's not what it's about. I mean, honestly, I'll probably be richer if I didn't have a brokerage. It would be less expenses, less headaches, and I would have more money. But why? Because I believe in a vision bigger than that and giving it back. And then one day, sure enough, I'm not going to fake the funk. It will make more money by having the brokerage, and I'm not stopping at one. We're going to have several. Yeah. So the biggest thing is I want to also showcase every other agent. You could do this shit too.
100%.
You can do that. If I could do it, if my ass could do it, looking the way that I look, the way that I am, there's no way why you can't do it.
You brought up a really good point. We're not that brokerage. This is where I get the pride of what we're doing, right? We're not the brokerage that just says, hey, here's how to do residential resale, and then that's it. If you want to run a brokerage your own, just tell me.
Yeah.
And you and I will sit them down, and we will map out, and we'll show them, and we will help them, and we'll guide them, and we'll support them. Hey, you want to run one? Well, let's run it. We got you. Well, Chris, you know, I want to do wholesaling. Great. Let me introduce you to the people in our network. Have you met Neil? Have you met Johnny? Chris, I really want to get into flipping. But, you know, I'm a real estate agent at a brokerage. No problem. Let me introduce you to all the people like Carlos, who's currently flipping now with the network. It's like, homie, whatever you want to do and leverage through real estate, we don't stop at the career of being a realtor. We stop at saying, hey, what do you want to do after, bro? Like, what's next? That's what we want to focus on. We'll get you the deals.
Right.
We'll get you the skill set. We'll get you the scripts. We'll get you the training. We'll give you the tools. But tell us what you really want out of it so we can set you up and put you on game, bro.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like when I was new, I remember I started my team, and instead of the owner of the company that I worked at coming and telling me, hey, Carlos, this is how you like continue to make the team grow, or this is how you can fix X, Y, and Z, or this is what I would do. She came in and said, hey, you're doing it all wrong. Well, okay, great, but tell me how to fix it. But she wouldn't tell me how to fix it. And she started questioning why I even built the team. That same year, I spanked that ass, and I think I doubled up my numbers of what she sold on her team. So for me, like the biggest thing is, if there's people there, like if there's agents there that are hungry to grow, don't stop them. Help them fucking grow. Like it's going to be in your benefit anyways. 100. So the biggest thing is, like you said, just ask the questions of, well, what is it that you're looking to do? And really show them, like showcase. And I think part of like what I love the most about still being in the trenches, I know exactly what's going on the market because I'm in the market. Yep. You can't tell me a market that I'm not in. Commercial side I'm in, the real estate side I'm in, the investment side I'm in, the wholesaling side I'm in. So when I get a question or they ask me about a particular situation, I know exactly what it's like because I'm in it with them. I'm rubbing elbows with them still out there. So again, going back to the brokerage side and what we got going on, I'm super excited about what's coming.
Oh, dude.
So
I can't even stop today.
So
outside getting denied by my own people on a handshake, I'm still pretty stoked about what went down today. So
we got a lot of different things coming, guys, and I posted on my story the other day now, so you guys ain't ready. So a couple of different things are going on, and again, it's going to be very community driven. And guys, this is the part where I think really like makes us different. The events that we're going to be hosting very, very soon are not just for agents. They are actually going to be for the community.
Absolutely. And
different communities on how we can actually help and make sure their business grows as well. So one of the biggest things that I would, what's the word I'm looking for? I would get upset or frustrated about. I would see brokerages or team just bullshit for the gram. Saying they're helping the community, but they're full of shit. They didn't do anything for the community.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
For me, like, it's not about that. If we are mad that we didn't see a change, we have to be the change. So then it might not be a lot, but every little help that we can do, I mean, to me, that's a win. Every day winning, it's a win. That's how you're going to make the big accomplishment. Those small wins. Before you know it, it's going to blow it up.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Till next time.